परब्रह्म समारम्भाम् श्री दत्तात्रेय मध्यमाम् श्री दत्त स्वामी पर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। सर्वविश्वन्यस्तपादपद्मायते वामहस्तालोलवेदशास्त्रायते ज्ञानसूर्यायते दत्तरूपायते श्रीवेणुगोपालकृष्णाय वन्दनम् श्रीवेणुगोपालकृष्णाय वन्दनम् श्रीवेणुगोपालकृष्णाय वन्दनम्। गुरुदत्त श्रीदत्त प्रभुदत्त पाहि माम् विधिदत्त हरिदत्त हरदत्त रक्ष माम् पाहि मां दत्ता रक्ष मां दत्ता। त्रैलोक्य गीता चैप्टर 9 गुणविचार योगः Association with Enquiry of Qualities। त्रैलोक्य उवाच ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यस्त्वं दत्तब्रूहि गुणानि मान् जगन्मूलान् जगन्निष्ठान् जगल्लीनान् जगन्मतान्। Miss Trailokya asked, O Datta, you are counted as the foremost spiritual preacher. Please tell me about all these qualities which are the cause of creation, which are existing in the creation, which are merged with creation on dissolution of creation, and which are thought to be this entire creation itself.
Datta Swami uvacha Trailokye medhaya shreshte sottaram chavadharaya proktanyeva gunadravya nyatra mijjha swasattaya. Shri Datta Swami spoke, O Trailokya, the topmost intellectual, please hear my reply with attention. In this world, whatever item is spoken as materialized substratum or dravya, and whatever item is spoken as the quality, subtle energy or guna, both these types of items are relatively real only and not absolutely real with respect to God. Dravya and guna differ in the angle that dravya is gross, whereas guna is subtle. But both dravya and guna are similar in the angle that both are relatively real only. Gunana ilyotpala dravya bheda sukshma ghana sthiti samatu vyavaharardha satta sarva jagatpara. For example, the lotus flower is dravya and its blue color is guna. The lotus flower is gross matter and the blue color is subtle energy. This way of difference exists between both, but the relative reality is common to both, since the entire creation is relatively real. Srushti moolam parabrahma paramartha saduchyate asat param swayam kundi satpurvam sa mrudadima. The creator or the cause of this creation is unimaginable God, and He alone is said to be absolutely real. The mud exists before the production of pot and is absolutely real. The pot is the creation of mud, which comes afterwards and is relatively real. The pot is inherently unreal, whereas the mud is inherently real. Similarly, unimaginable God or Parabrahman is in the beginning and is inherently real. The creation that was produced by God afterwards is inherently unreal but shines as absolute reality due to the gifted absolute reality from God. Mrut sattam asadadatte sadvinodat samardhatah ato dravya guna midhya jagat sarvancha tattadha. The unreal effect pot borrows the reality of the causal mud and appears as real. Similarly, the inherently unreal creation borrows the inherent absolute reality of God and appears as absolutely real. The creation is called relatively real because it is inherently unreal and appears to be the absolutely real due to the borrowed absolute reality from God. But we should not mistake that the quality pot is relatively real, whereas the substratum mud is absolutely real, because both these quality and substratum are relatively real with respect to the absolutely real God. This means that the entire creation is relatively real with respect to the absolutely real God. Unimaginable God is omnipotent and hence made the inherently unreal creation as absolutely real for the sake of His real entertainment, unlike a less potent human being who cannot make its imaginary world as equivalently real for the sake of its real entertainment. We must remember here that the unimaginable God created this world for His entertainment, as said in the Veda, Ekaki Naramati. Jadashakti purasrishta yato dravyachidagata sarge rajastamas sattvam Chidgunah parasangamat. First, the unimaginable God created inert energy from which gradually matter and relative awareness are created. This awareness is called as Sattvam. The original inert energy is called as Rajas, and the materialized substrata are called as Tamas. The non-inert qualities belong to the non-inert awareness or Sattam basically. But different non-inert qualities resulted due to contamination of the other two qualities called Rajas and Tamas. Sattvam is always awareness, but Rajas and Tamas exist as inert substances as well as non-inert qualities of awareness. When Sattvam is associated with the inert substances called Rajas and Tamas, the Sattvam itself becomes qualities of Rajas and Tamas. For example, inert energy and inert matter are the inert substances called Rajas and Tamas respectively. Sattvam becomes qualities of Rajas and Tamas due to association with the inert substances called Rajas and Tamas. Ego is the quality of Rajas and laziness is the quality of Tamas. Nahi drushtastveka gunaha sarvada mishramat gune namo lachida chidbhedaha chidattatena va gunaha. Among the three qualities called Sattvam, Rajas and Tamas, no single quality can be available in isolated state. If you say 100% Sattvam or Rajas or Tamas, it means only that any such single quality is the major constituent and the other two qualities are the minor constituents. Since relative awareness or soul is told in the Veda as the last product appearing in the relative creation, Annat Purushaha, from the five relative inert elements, there is no fundamental difference between relative awareness and relative inert materials because both come under relative creation only. Due to this reason, you cannot say that relative awareness is the absolutely true creator. Even if you say that in the chain of creation, when a cause is always giving the product with some new extra quality, in such case, the non-inert awareness appearing as such new extra quality of the product delivered from inert cause, you can treat such extra quality or awareness is given by God, and by this you cannot say that awareness is the creator. Gunashchideva parayoho prabhavannama bhijyate achit parau rajo moolam sargamulastrayo gunaha. Sattvam is knowledge based on awareness, and hence awareness can be taken as Sattvam. Rajas is inert energy having particle nature. Rajas means the dust having tiny particles. Tamas is concentrated inertia, which is becoming inert matter. Inert energy, inert matter, and non-inert awareness are the fundamental building materials of the creation, which are Rajas, Tamas and Sattvam respectively. All the non-inert qualities belong to Sattvam but are influenced by Rajas and Tamas either to small extent or to great extent. In the case of small extent, these non-inert qualities of Sattvam are called Sattvika qualities. In the case of great extent, these non-inert qualities are called as Rajasika or Tamasika qualities. In all these three types of non-inert qualities, Sattvam exists as the basic material. Hence, Rajasika and Tamasika qualities do not mean that they are inert qualities due to Rajas and Tamas respectively. It only means that the influence of inert Rajas and Tamas are more on these non-inert Sattvika qualities. आधाराधेय संबंधौ द्रव्यधर्मौ जगत्यपि आधारो जगदाधेयः सनोह्यो निर्गुणस्ततः. Dravya or materialized substratum is the basis for guna or subtle quality, as we see the grass lotus flower as dravya and the subtle blue color as guna. This relationship of independent basis or dravya and dependent quality is seen in the creation. But the entire creation becomes a dependent quality or guna, and its basis or independent dravya is the unimaginable God. Hence, the unimaginable God is dravya and the creation is guna. This means that the unimaginable God before creation is called as nirguna or attributeless. Here, guna means the entire creation and not the gunas or dependent qualities like blue color of the lotus flower, ego, etc. that are seen in the creation. Saguno jagata nohyah sattadharmaischa saprabhuh nohyachittu sarvashaktehe bhranta jiva chidatmagaha. Based on this analysis, Saguna means God associated with the created creation. Of course, Saguna also means God associated with non-inert qualities of awareness or sattvam or sattvika qualities, since rajasika and tamasika qualities of awareness are absent in the mediated God or first energetic incarnation called Datta. The point here is that if you concentrate on the meaning of gunas as sattvika qualities, the possessor of such sattvika qualities can be both the original unimaginable God as well as God Datta. If you concentrate on the meaning of guna as creation, nirguna means the original unimaginable God only before creation. This original unimaginable God thought to create the world, and this may raise the doubt about the presence of awareness with unimaginable God even before creation, since awareness is created only during the process of creation. The clarity here is that the awareness associated with the unimaginable God before creation is not the imaginable relative awareness that is created during the process of creation. This awareness is the unimaginable awareness, which means only process of simple thinking without inert energy and without materialized nervous system. It is called as unimaginable awareness and not relative imaginable awareness, because this unimaginable awareness is simple process of thinking done by the omnipotence of unimaginable God and not by conversion of inert energy in the materialized nervous system. Everybody misunderstood the three divine preachers saying that God is awareness, which strictly means the unimaginable awareness and not the imaginable relative awareness or the soul created by God in the end of the creation. This resulted in the doubt of some inherent relationship between the unimaginable God and imaginable relative awareness or soul. The word process mentioned in the case of unimaginable awareness means that God also knows the object which is also known by the soul. This word process does not mean all the mechanism of the process of knowing involving conversion of inert energy in the functioning brain nervous system, and all this mechanism of process of knowing is absent in the case of unimaginable awareness, which is done simply by the omnipotence of unimaginable God. The conclusions are: 1. The unimaginable God or Parabrahman can create anything called as unimaginable thing through his omnipotence and unimaginable power, and such a created thing cannot be treated as the normal creation that follows the Vedic chain of creating 5 elements, etc. For example, even before creation chain, awareness, that is, thinking to create creation for entertainment, was created by unimaginable God, and this awareness is called as unimaginable awareness. Second, the unimaginable God, before thinking about creation, has no unimaginable awareness, and due to this only one unimaginable God without any second thing existed, and in such a state the unimaginable God can be called as nirguna, which means one unimaginable God without any second thing created by him. Third, when unimaginable God started thinking, that is unimaginable awareness, he is associated with the first creation, that is unimaginable awareness, and hence he is called as Saguna. Fourth, when unimaginable God merged with his first creation of energetic body and energetic soul to become God Datta, the first mediated unimaginable God or God Datta is also Saguna, which means that the unimaginable God is with his first created medium. 5. Saguna means not only God with creation, but also anything including God associated with non-inert qualities of awareness or sattvam, along with other non-inert qualities of rajas or tamas or both. Even before creation, God Datta or unimaginable God can be associated with such non-inert qualities created by the omnipotence and referred as unimaginable qualities. 6. Even God Datta can be called as Nirguna before his creation of extended creation, and he can be called as Saguna after his extended creation. Midhyayam paramarthasya vibhutirna same kvachit tadvibhuti kshanalloke midhyedam satya sattu tat. The creation done by the unimaginable God must be relative reality, and the unimaginable God alone must be absolute reality, because one absolute reality cannot do any type of miracles, that is creation, change of one item into other item, dissolving creation, etc. in another absolute reality. One absolute reality can do any type of miracle in another relative reality only. We are clearly seeing existence of unimaginable events called miracles in this world. For example, your reality is equal to the reality of water and petrol, and hence you cannot change water into petrol. But you can change water into petrol in your imaginary world, since your greater reality compared to the reality of your imaginary world. Chidgunastrividhaha tat gunapradhanya bhashitaha ekaiko dvimukhas sadhu asadhurva mukhashritaha. When we take the non-inert qualities of awareness only as the meaning of the word quality, we said that these qualities are divided into 1. Sattvika qualities, which are of major sattvam with very minute influence of rajas and tamas. Example, spiritual knowledge. 2. Rajasika qualities, which are non-inert qualities of sattvam or awareness influenced by predominant rajas. Example, greediness. And tamasika qualities, which are non-inert qualities of sattvam or awareness influenced by predominant tamas. Example, illegitimate sex. Each one of these three types of qualities can be good or bad based on its projected good or bad phase. Sadasanmukhamashritya sadasadguna uchyate idam samanyamakhile gunasanghehi tatkrite. People say that 6 qualities are bad since they are rajasika or tamasika, and these 6 are called as the enemies of the soul, Arishadvarga, which means that each one of these 6 qualities is totally bad. This is not correct understanding. Each one of these 6 qualities has both good and bad faces. If the quality is projected towards its good face, it is a good quality. If the same quality is projected towards its bad face, it is a bad quality. Not only these 6, any quality created by God in this world follows this principle. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsarya Shadgune, Ekaiko Dvimukho Grahya, Vivekena Sametatha. The 6 bad qualities of Rajas and Tamas are sex, anger, greediness, fascination, ego, and jealousy. Each one of these 6 has 2 faces, out of which one is good and another is bad. Based on the projection of good or bad face, the quality is said to be good or bad. The good and bad faces can be known by wisdom in the following way. Sex is good if it is legitimate, and bad if it is illegitimate. Anger is good if shown to bad people, and bad if it is shown to good people. Greediness is good if it is shown to undeserving receivers, and bad if it is shown to deserving receivers. Fascination is good if it is shown towards God, and bad if is shown towards world. Ego is good if it is maintained in the minimum level as basic ego that gives confidence and self-identity, and is bad if is shown in excess as pride. Jealousy is good if it is used in constructing self, and is bad if used in harming others. Like this, every quality in the world is both good and bad depending upon its projected good and bad faces. Durgunat papa badhahi taddushtadaiva nirmitat ityuktirvitadha, sadhu sarvo vaktrena tatkritah. Some people criticize God that He has created some bad qualities which provoke us to do sins, and when we are punished, God is entertained like a sadist. This is utter nonsense because no quality is totally good or bad and becomes good by its projected good face and becomes bad by its projected bad face. When God created all qualities existing in this world, all were good because all were projected with good faces only. Sadasanmukhatah sarve sadva asadva samantatah sadasat satya mukhatah jivena vyatyayah krutah. The soul turned every quality towards its bad face and stamped those qualities as totally bad qualities. Similarly, the soul projected some qualities by their good faces and stamped them as totally good qualities. The truth is that any good quality can become bad quality when turned to its bad face, and any bad quality can become good quality when turned to its good face. The soul has brought this confusion of making some qualities as good and some other qualities as bad. God created all qualities as good only because God will never create bad. Bhishma-drona daya papam punyaya krishna vanchana matantarepyagnigartah daya krodhau prabhormatau. Kindness is a good quality but becomes a bad quality if you show it on bad people, which brings you sin and punishment. Bhishma and Drona supported unjust Kauravas and were severely punished by God in the war. Cheating is a bad quality and becomes good quality if you show it on cheaters. Krishna cheated Kauravas in the war, who cheated good Pandavas in gambling with dice. Some religions say that only kindness shown to all people is divinity. This is not correct because the same religions say that bad people are punished severely by throwing them in liquid fire of hell, and this is not kindness. Hence, both kindness and anger are divine qualities of God because God shows kindness to good people and shows anger to bad people. Avatarasya karunyam samskarayaghavatyapi anyadha narake dandaha navirodha samanvayat. Regarding those religions propagating kindness to be shown to sinners, there is a special point to be noted. God in human form showed kindness towards the people who killed him also, with a view that such kindness may reform the cruel souls so that in such cases even the pending sins get cancelled. In order to give this advantage, God in human form made the last prayer to the God, since those sinners did not believe this human incarnation as God to excuse those sinners. Had the reformation came to the sinners at least in such a last stage, they will be certainly saved. But if they were not reformed, certainly they would have been thrown into liquid fire in the hell. Hence, the correlation exists between this divine policy and the kindness shown by God even to the sinners. If the sinners were not reformed, the divine policy stands as it is, which is severe punishment of sinners. Pravruttavapi sahasa dhanardhi papa dukkhavan ashanto nasthiram buddhim nivruttau kurute naraha. This ego-based jealousy is mainly responsible for the tendency to do sins. When the neighbor is wealthy, our stomachs develop acidity, and in course of time, severe burning results, since the acidity ended as ulcer. Then, to pacify this stomach pain, we rush to earn more and more wealth in short time, and in this process we do several sins even in normal worldly life called pravrutti. Due to punishments of sins, we get lot of misery and tension which disturb our peaceful concentration in spiritual life called nivrutti also. Nivruttau cha skalatyesha tatratra daiva duravan ahanta matsari nashtaha sarvatreti vilokyatam. Even in nivrutti, due to this ego-based jealousy, the devotee slips from the identification of contemporary human incarnation, which is the direct God Datta in human medium coming to earth in order to help and guide the devotees through excellent true spiritual knowledge. Due to the same ego-based jealousy, the devotee, after entering energetic body after death, slips from the identification of the energetic incarnation in the upper energetic world. In this way, the soul slips in both pravrutti and nivrutti and also misses God here and there, which is total loss everywhere, as said by the Veda, Mahati Vinashtihi. One shall look all this patiently in depth. Iti Trailokya Gītāyam Gunavichara Yogo Nama Navamadhyāyaha. Like this, in Trailokya Gita, the 9th chapter called Association with Enquiry of Qualities is completed.
Udvegarahita Santosharahita Shanti Samudra Shri Datta Shanti Samudra Shri Datta Shanti Samudra Shri Datta Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi.
Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that propagating divine spiritual knowledge pleases the Lord greatly. Jnana yajnena tenaham ishtasyamiti me matihi. Spiritual knowledge brings about permanent peace and harmony in the world. So join us in sharing this divine knowledge of Lord Datta and earn the highest grace of God. For more spiritual videos, visit our YouTube channel, Shri Datta Swami. For more discourses on true spiritual knowledge, visit the website www.universal-spirituality.org.